REMARKETER. Empowering Realtors.
Good morning, and thank you very much for joining me. Good morning to you, Diane and Barry. How I wish I was there right now and could enjoy probably a little bit of your ski slopes close by, but hopefully this weekend. All right. So the reason for my delay was that, oh yes, Kitchener too, of course. Yeah, way to go. So we are having a little bit of difficulty with my camera. Sorry. So there's going to be an icon instead of me talking to you guys today, but hopefully we can work it out. But I didn't want to waste any more time anyway. So we just want to start off the day. It's going to be an important discussion. And I thought it would be a good way to kind of start the year to discuss about the talk of the year, which is going to be AI, and how it's important for us to have an AI strategy now within our marketing strategy. It's going to be a little difficult. Let me check to see if my camera is on. No, it's not. I'll just check periodically to make sure as soon as it's detected, I can kind of hop in. But anyways, I was talking about AI and the fact that AI is going to have a big impact on all of our lives and all of our professions. It's already felt across the world and industries how AI is really coming about and how it is changing pretty much a lot of things. And the way that it's progressing and the speed of the technology that we're experiencing right now is so astronomical that the forecasts of the future, things that used to be, we would be looking at a decade in the future, or maybe the next generation, or our kids are going to be like this and our kids are going to be like that. It's not that anymore. We're talking about weeks and months and just a few years where we have breakthroughs that are unimaginable today. So that's the way it's going, and the way that it's actually changing the world, at the speed of light, pretty much. So one thing that we need to realize is that AI is definitely going to affect real estate as well, in many different ways. Is it going to be disruption? Of course, it is going to be disruption as well, just like any other industry, especially industries that involve any kind of consultation. There's going to be a grave amount of technology that's going to be introduced over the years that will, in a way, disrupt the industry. But does that mean that it's going to take away our jobs? No. What it means is that it is definitely going to change the definition of our jobs. It is definitely going to change the way realtors practice. It is most certainly, and this is the important part, it is most certainly going to change the expectation of the consumer, right? That is what we need to watch out for. The consumer is going to be different. Just rewind back to a few years ago. Maybe those of you who've been in the in the industry for maybe a couple of decades, you definitely remember that there used to be a time where real estate buyers and sellers would have to be working with an agent in order to be able to access MLS, so to be able to see what the latest listings are. But that's not the case anymore. Our clients, the real estate users have access to pretty much live data right now. And at the time where MLS and VOW and access to sold data and everything was being contemplated, and people were scared of the fact that if that data is provided to the consumer, what good is an agent for anymore? Now, after several years, can see that it has in fact enabled our consumer to be a more aware and informed consumer, and therefore has shifted our role from a person who would just act as a search engine to a person who now has a much higher responsibility in terms of the transaction in real estate. So that's the kind of experience that most of us have lived through, and would understand that the fears that we were looking at the time have not realized in the way that we've imagined them, but instead has changed and shifted the industry in a way that we are now working with much more informed clients at a much higher level of transaction and relationship, in fact. Now, the same thing, but on steroids, is going to happen when AI is going to start running through our veins, pretty much. And mark my word, this is just the beginning, and you haven't seen anything yet, which is going to be pretty much quite crazy, the way things are going to unfold in the coming, well, let's say in 2024, and we need to be prepared for everything. Now, my point here is that as realtors, what we need to do is we need to understand the dilemma and be able to utilize it. That's important. So if you're a sergeant in a Roman army, for instance, and all of a sudden a spaceship from full of aliens come down and introduce you to machine guns, it's rather than being afraid of and thinking that it's all over, being able to adopt and utilize the new tool that's been introduced to me to win battles is the smarter way to go. And this is what I'm going to try to explain a little bit today, and show you how you can utilize AI to better compete within the industry and better service your clients. That's the aim of the the objective of the session that we're having today. And as probably the only real estate marketing platform that has embedded AI so far, I can promise you that during 2024, we have so many new plans of integrating AI into this platform that you can pretty much bet on the fact that if you start utilizing these in the most innovative ways that you can think of, it is going to definitely propel the way that you market. So I'm just going to give you a few examples, but the horizon that you can have so many ideas pop into is so wide that just you can pretty much do anything now, and that's the beauty of it. So let's go ahead and check things out, and I'll give you just a few ideas to start you off, but then you'll realize how things have changed already, and you can really benefit from everything that's available to you. All right, so when we're talking about AI, one of the biggest names during the past year has been ChatGPT, obviously. And we have integrated ChatGPT, OpenAI's ChatGPT, into the system. So you would be able to utilize it seamlessly. Obviously, when we're using the OpenAI APIs, we're utilizing the most advanced algorithms of ChatGPT. some of which are not available in the free platform that's available to to the public. So this integrated version is in fact more capable than the free ChatGPT version that's accessible out there. For those of you who are not familiar with ChatGPT, I strongly encourage you to familiarize yourself with ChatGPT. ChatGPT is just one of the many AI systems that are available. These are what we call language models, large language models. So they are, in short, referred to as LLMs. And what they do is that they are very capable of developing content. The big word in marketing has always been content marketing. And when you finally find a tool that can generate content for you, you know that you're in heaven, right? So as a marketer, when we're talking, so this is where we are right now, and frankly, you have to start using these technologies in order to be able to elevate the way that you market, and it is going to lift so many barriers, and it is going to enable you to generate so much relationship with your target audiences that just a few months ago, it was just unimaginable. Either you'd have to spend tons of money or so much time, or it was just simply be out of your league and you wouldn't even consider having it. But now it's pretty much at your fingertips. All right, so we have integrated ChatGPT, and we've integrated ChatGPT in many different modules of the system. And as I mentioned, we are going to implement a lot more into REMARKETER as well. Now, one of the first items that I want to show you is the Content GPT, which is just available right here. This is one module that's running on OpenAI's ChatGPT continuously to generate content for you. But you can also generate a lot of content in different sectors of the system, and therefore you're going to be able to create so much connection, pretty much. Content, the way that I like to depict it is your vehicle for connecting to your audiences, and that's why it's so important in the marketing world. Now, let me show you what we have under Content GPT, and then I'll show you how you can generate a lot of content with so much ease, and how you can really be productive in terms of active campaigns and active marketing campaigns. Now, we've got two modules under Content GPT. One of them is the news and articles, and the other one is the market analysis. Now, for many years, we've had under news and blogs a weekly update of content. So that's just like 6 articles from local news agencies that we would handpick, and we would make available for you so that you could share on your website as blog posts and on your social media. And we would update this every week, and we still do that as well. This is still a very unique part of REMARKETER that no other marketing platform offers. You have relevant local real estate content that's updated every week, and you're able to use that in your email marketing, in your social media marketing, on your website as blog posts, etc. So this is great. However, when we talk about AI, then we can take the same concept and put it on steroids. And that's what we're doing right here under news and articles. So this is doing the same thing. It takes local real estate news articles, and what it does is that it actually creates a post and rewrites a synopsis of the post so that you can utilize it on your content marketing. And it does that continuously and on hundreds of different topics. So every single day you have new and fresh content, and you have tons of fresh content available, so that you can choose from and share. So if it was just 6 before and it was unique on its own, now imagine if it's, dozens of titles that you can choose from, and you can talk about, and you can share and inform your clients with, and connect with them through this content. Basically, that's what's happening right here. So one thing that you could easily do is that you can easily go ahead and just browse through these and see what strikes with you. So, for instance, the talk of the day is Toronto's proposed budget. Residential properties face a 10.5% increase in property taxes. So, for those of you who are active in Toronto, this is, the talk of the day nowadays. But we go down, you see record high reached for office vacancy in Canada's downtown areas, for instance. So that's another interesting. We're cracking down on illegal rentals. Brampton introduces landlord licensing program. So, it's informative, and it's interesting, and it's, topics and subjects that we can talk about. So what AI does here is that first it creates this picture for you. So there's a picture. So where start sharing on your social media, you're going to be able to use this picture if you want to. It also takes the article, and it rewrites a one paragraph synopsis of the article. So you can kind of take this content and post it on social media, and generate some interest right there. So the fact that it's already available there, the fact that it's done on daily basis among so many different topics, allows you to just select and pick and choose and share. And these are the kind of things that you would have to pay hundreds of dollars to copywriters to write for you just 6 months ago. And today it's just available to you in incredible amounts at pretty much no cost. And it's integrated within your platform. So, I mean, if you want to just add this to your website as a blog post, it's as easy as just clicking on this little button, and now it's added to my website. So if I go ahead and check my website right now, and go to the news section, for instance, it's even down here at the bottom too. I don't know. Something's pushing this a little bit. But anyways, it is going to be available on the news section as well. In fact, I can show it to you right here under news and blogs. So that article has now been added to my news and blogs, and it's been posted to the website as well. And from here, I can go ahead and, let's say, for instance, email it to some of my contacts. So that would be an easy email going out. So basically what I would do is I would just select the people that I want to send them out to and send it out. If I go back to news and blogs, I can even edit this if I want to. So if I want to change anything, I can go ahead and change things right here. It's got the picture, it's got everything available. There it is on the website. Now, one thing that's important for you to note right off the bat is that AI is awesome. It's great, but it's not 100% bulletproof. You still need to proofread it because it's now going to be reflecting your point of view. So you might make sure that the wordings are correct. It's basically reflects your point of view. It and it is, it is correct the way that you look at the subject as well. So make sure that you do that, and that's pretty much one of the shifts that's going to happen here. The content is going to be available. I mean, it's just the same as you hiring somebody else doing the work for you. When you want to post it out, you proofread it. So it's the same thing going on here as well. Always proofread what you're posting out. That's just one rule of thumb. But and AI is not an exception here as well. Now, let's go back to Content GPT right here. So now we've got a whole lot of different content available here to choose from. You can select the categories here. So for instance, we can go to, I don't know, any one of these categories and select the titles and be able to go through the content there. Now, another section that we have here is the market analysis section. So this is, again, another part of REMARKETER that we've injected with steroids pretty much. So we've had the market reports and market stats going on for, pretty much ever with REMARKETER. And again, this is a very unique piece of REMARKETER where you have access to, let's say, for instance, trap market reports. You've had all these market stats and market reports available to you, where you could use in making analysis and creating content and sharing with your clients every month, for instance, with a market update email or a social media post. You could have integrated them into graphic posts like this as well. So we've had like graphic posts like this here, where you could just simply select the area. I'm going to say Kitchener, for instance, and I would take the average, the statistical information and create a post there. I could even select, property types, for example. That would be the detached properties in Kitchener report, and that, I can select backgrounds, etc. So these are all the stuff that we would be able to do. So I could just select that background, and then I could download this and share it on my social media. Cool. But I would still have to create the analysis and content myself. However, when going to Content GPT, I'm going to be able to go to market analysis. And here I have the market statistical information reports available for all these areas. For the time being, we have the areas covered by the Toronto Real Estate Board, the GTA, pretty much available here. But this is one of the improvements that we will definitely be introducing in 2024, where you can have more market analysis. So what it does is that it's market analysis generated by AI. So for instance, here looking at Oakville, we've got the whole market report written out based on the statistical information that we feed the AI with, and the graphs have been generated, and everything is prepared and ready to be shared. So we've got the real estate market in Oakville. Has shown some interesting trends over the past 12 months. According to the HPI data, the benchmark price for all property types in Oakville was blah, 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 and so on and so forth. Again, proofread it just to make sure everything is correct. But, this is AI at your fingertips, pretty much. It's a market report, a full-fledged market report generated and available for you to share. So all you would need to do, again, is to just simply add it to your website and start sharing from there, right? So we can take the Oakville real estate markets analysis and start sharing the content. So as soon as I click on add, then I have the statistical information available on my website as well as the fact that obviously whatever you add is then going to be accessible under news and blogs. And over here, you're going to be able to edit whatever you want to edit, right? So if I want to edit anything, I'm going to be able to edit it right here. So we've got all the information that we need, the statistics with the graphs and charts, and everything is, pretty much ready to go. So if I want to change anything, I can go ahead and change stuff right here. I can even, for instance, replace this average price chart with a more comprehensive chart from my market report if I want to. So I can just go ahead and select the area here and download one of those market reports and with more in-depth information and have that available right here. So you can see that, you know, the content is now available. Now, one of the ways to utilize this is to have it on your website. Obviously, that's just one click. But what I want to tell you to do right now is that you can also go ahead and start marketing. So first thing that you should definitely have a strategy in place is email marketing. And updates on real estate matters is quite important. So what I can do is that I can go ahead and email this out to my clients. Now here, I want to show you a trick. Now, so far, what I've shown you is the content that we have prepared for you using AI. So that's one thing. So, you know, before this would never have happened, and this much information would cost a fortune for us to be able to make available to you. But now we can make it available to you at no extra cost, pretty much. The same platform that you've been using before is now empowered with so much content. But now I want to show you how you can add your content in there, utilizing, again, the same power of AI. That's what I meant at the beginning of this session here, is saying that, you know, you have to adopt and you have to learn how to use AI as well, because it's integrated in here. Your work and your job is going to be a lot easier. So I'm going to take this let's say this one, for instance, or whatever. So you selected one of the contents from Content GPT, fine, and you added it to your system right there. So we have this available on my website as well. But what I want to do is I want to start changing things around a little bit. All right. So what I want to do is I'm going to go to Actions and select Edit. Now here, I can start editing things around a little bit. Okay, so for instance, one of the things that I don't like is these quotation marks. I just want to remove it from the post title. All right, that's easy editing, right? Or if you want to have like a little title here, Oakville in the past year, for example, I can go ahead and add that in there as well. And I can give it a style, H2, for example, right? So you can do your cosmetic stuff here if you want to. But if you want to change some of the content, so for instance, the description is going to be what comes right after the salutation in the email that I want to send out. So let's say I want to prepare this article for as an email that I want to send out to my Oakville audience. All right. So, but I want to have a cooler description. I want to have a better description. That's what's going to come in the email right after, you know, dear Fred, blah, blah, blah. So that's what I want to do. Now, I can either sit down and think about it for half an hour and, you know, write something nice, or I can use AI. And that's where we have these guys available for. So we've got the Help Me Write, which is going to allow ChatGPT to write content for me. And this is what I want you guys to start using a lot. So, you know, it can lift language barriers, it can save a lot of time, it can create a lot of content for you to be able to create more interesting emails and, you know, social media posts, etc., etc. And it's as easy as this. What I want to do is I just want to select the type of content that I would like to create right here. You've got all sorts of different options here: an email campaign message, a blog post title or a blog post itself, a blog post description, a newsletter title, a newsletter description. All of these can be selected here: a landing page title, content for a landing page, a social media ad copy. So you can create you can select the type of content you want to write here. So at this occasion, I want to write an email campaign message, right? So what is going to be the description? Let me cancel this for a second here. So, all right, so let's just copy this. and email campaign message. The description is going to be, let's see here. I have the most recent market update for, or let's say, most recent Oakville market update below. Check it out. It is quite interesting. All right, so I just put down what I think. It doesn't have to even make sense. It doesn't have to be perfect in terms of what it is. Okay, contact me if you need help with anything real estate. Just drop down what I have in mind, right? So I want the message to contain this message right here. All right. So how do I want to write it? Do I want a tone to be professional? Do I want it to be formal? Do I want it to be, sound urgent? Do I want to sound convincing? Do I want it to be poetic? Do I want it to be, confident sounding or encouraging or excited or whatever? So for instance, here I can select it to be funny, for instance, right? So do I want it to sound gangster? So you can even make it, funny and different, and through that you're going to be able to make your clients laugh a little bit, and that way you can make the connection that you so much long for. So okay, so let's say I just want to make it sound gangster, and I want one paragraph to be written in here. Okay, so just for the fun of it, and then I just click submit, and then what it does is that it's going to send it and submit it to OpenAI, and OpenAI is going to write the content for me and send it back to me. So this way, I'm going to be able to have a message on my email available. All right, so it is gangster. It's like, yo, listen up. I've got the skinny on the latest Oakville market hustle. And let me tell you, it's the kind of intel that'll make you sit up and take notice. So you can see the language here, and it can kind of relate with your clients in a different way if that's your piece of cake, if you want to. So don't be a mug. If you need the lowdown on buying, selling, or just want to chew a fat about properties, you know who's got your back. There you go. So this is it would have taken you at least 15 minutes, half an hour to think of something as creative as this and writing it just for the purpose of sending out an email. But I have it right there, and I just use it, and there it is. I've got the market report. I've got the an interesting, different starter of the email. All I need to do is to save it, and then go back here, and there it is. That's what I created, and I'm going to email it out to my client. So it literally just takes a few minutes for me to create something that would have costed hundreds of dollars and taken many days, if not weeks, for me to prepare just about a year ago, right? That is the beauty of it. And you can create so much content this way that you have never been able to do before. And you can create so much points of communication that are not the most boring stuff realtors used to send out to their clients all the past many years and decades. It's different, it's relevant, it's informative, it's fun, it's engaging. None of the content that realtors used to send out with their CRMs before, and a lot of them still do, are as engaging as these are. And that's how you can beat the competition. So that's AI working for you. And this way, you're going to be able to beat the competition the way that you weren't able before. So all those CRMs that are sending out, cookie cutter content that are just not relevant, and it's just built-in emails that somebody 10 years ago put into the system, and it's still going out, once every month or once every week and stuff. That just is not going to cut it anymore. And that's what I'm saying. AI is going to change the expectation of your clients. Your clients' expectations are huge now. They don't care about you sending them instructions to clear out their gutter anymore. They don't, because they will get that in a much more engaging way from TikTok. They are. And there are content creators out there who do that, and they don't even need to be realtors to do that. So forget that. That's in the past already. And we're looking at the future. And in the future, what we need is engaging content. We need the content to be very relevant to what's happening today. It has to come out of you, and it has to be, have your creation and your input. It has to carry that over to the client at the right time, at the right place. Now, let's say you want to create a whole blog post yourself. If you want to create a whole set of content yourself, that's, again, easy. You don't have to use Content GPT. Something comes up and you want to talk about it, right? So let's go ahead and add new. Now, I want to just driving to work this morning, I heard about the latest StatsCan report on Canada's inflation rate. So that's what I'm going to write about. Okay, so we just arrived in the office, and I have 2 minutes to write about that. Okay, I just heard it on the news. Okay, so here's what's going to happen. Canada's inflation stats don't look too promising. All right, that's by email campaign title. And let's make it all gangster. All right, so let's make it all funny here, right? Okay, one sentence here. And I want to use some emojis as well. Submit. Brace yourselves for a bumpy ride in the inflation roller coaster. Use it. All right. Now here, I'm going to say it was on the news today that inflation rates are still higher than the target. All right. All right, so what should we expect? My take from this is below. Just like that. As quickly as possible, just drop what you want the message to be. All right, we want one paragraph here, and I don't need any emojis anymore. Submit. There it is. So I have another thing right there. Use it. And now down here, I want the main post. All right. So again, help me write here. It is going to be a blog post now. And I want to say that, it was on the news that the inflation rate is still higher than the target 2% expected, mainly due to cost of borrowing, and what was the other one that they mentioned? Rents. However, this means that Bank of Canada probably won't start to reduce the interest rate anytime soon. Whatever, right? I just drop it down. And again, I wanted to keep it funny. And I want 2 paragraphs about that and submit. And this way, I'm just going to create the email that I want to send out today. The topic is happening today, and I want to send out the email today. And I want to write this content in a matter of minutes. So there we are. We have it. We use it. Make it look good. Add any titles or anything if you want to. Add any pictures if you want to. And then all you would need to do is to save this and go out. And there it is. Email it to your clients. Done. It literally took you a few minutes to create an engaging content about what was happening today. You know, the best of you who are very well trained with literature, it will take you, half an hour to an hour to write something like that, and read it and proofread it and make it nice and then send it out. And that half an hour is never going to happen because you're busy, right? But here, by the time that I was waiting for my coffee to brew, I was able to send that out, right? So that is the power of marketing that's at your fingertips right now. All right, and that's important for you to be able to utilize this way. We can even go to let's say graphics and add that same content here under the graphics module right there. So you can add that content right here, create a graphical element and use it if you want to post it on social media, for example, right? So for instance, let's go back here. I have the same blog post. This is available on my website, so I'll be able to point to it. But let's take this, just copy that, and then go to go to graphics, and let's go ahead and create a post here. So the custom message is going to be right there, and then we can change the formats here, and we can change the background. Now we're connected to Pixabay, so I can, say mortgage. So I want to select one of these. Let's say, for example, do something nice. That's nice. There we go. So I can have that available. And now post this. You can download this, post this on your Instagram, and then have that blog post available for people to click through and read on your website. So as easy as that, I created something in a few minutes using AI to help me create more engaging marketing content. And that's how you win. That is how you win in the market. People can spend hundreds of dollars and wait for graphic designers and stuff to generate content for them for days and days and days after things have already changed and lost the attention span of your target audience, and then post stuff, or just simply post irrelevant stuff. Or you can be the one who's out there early in the morning at 10 a.m. with the information that was just broadcast on radio 15 minutes ago. That's how you win, and that's how you can really propel your marketing campaign there. Now, another thing before I let you go, now this thing is available all across. So just think outside the box and do whatever you got to do to create the content, even if you want to create custom pages. So changing your website and adding content to your website is the hardest thing to do. I totally get it. I totally understand, but not anymore. All you need to do is to click on Add New, and you can create a custom page. You know how to do this. We've got videos on this. Go ahead and use it. But the thing that I want to show you here is that if you want to create content here, it's pretty easy. So just drag and drop the text area thing, click here. We've got the help me write right there as well. So this time I want content for landing page, and I want to talk about how lowering interest rates will help reduce inflation, right? And I want 3 paragraphs about this, and I want this to sound very optimistic. All right, and then I can submit, create the content. So you can create a landing page for lead generation with content that's relevant to today's topics, for instance. So let's say you're going to have a post on Instagram talking about that matter. First of all, you can create the content that you want to read off of on Instagram right here. So you can then take this content that's generated right here. There we go. We've got this. You can just read this on Instagram, right? So it actually created you the content that you want to use for your Instagram video. So just read that and just reflect the same on Instagram. There you go. So that's one hurdle out of your way. Second thing is that you can create a landing page here that says, okay, so if you want to stay in touch and if you want to stay on top of the game, just give me your email address and I'll send you updates there, which you are going to be sending updates every day as well, because you have AI working for you 24/7, creating content relevant. So you can actually sell that proposition. You can actually sell that service to your audiences there. And you can prepare a landing page for that. And you can change that landing page every 2 days, every other day, pretty much, and create new pages and new content and new ideas and new pages for it as well to support you with your lead generation campaigns as well. So if you thought that the only way that a realtor can generate leads is by home valuations and listing alerts, think again, because there's so much content out there that your audience are hungry to learn about, and you can just provide them with that, and you're going to be able to generate a lot of content, a lot of relationships with potential audiences, which translates to leads and business at the end of the day. And this way, you're going to be able to change the way that you market. So make sure you do that. Utilize this as much as possible in different areas in your email marketing, social media marketing, keeping up with your landing pages. Make them a lot more engaging. Make them a lot more usable, and this way you're going to be able to make a lot more connections with your audiences, and that should be your number one goal for 2024 in terms of your marketing strategy, to generate a lot more content. And the power of social media, where things are going there, and you can be very different from all the other hundreds and hundreds of other realtors that you're competing with when you have better content to put out there. All right, so I'll stop here. Hopefully this was informative for you. Let me take a quick look and see if there are any questions. I just have a quick thing from Bernice. Thank you very much, Bernice, for joining me. So where do we find the graphics, etc.? So there are a couple of things that I showed you. We've got a graphics module here, which has different tools to generate different types of content here. So it could be used for listing cards, greeting cards, general cards. This is the one that I just used because I just want to have a general content available there. Market stats, 2 different types of market stats. And then we have brochures and window sheets as well, which is just static stuff. So that's graphics. But if you want to add photos, for instance, The best way to do it is just to go to Photo Library under Website Design. Here, you can add your content here, or you can select from Pixabay. So Pixabay is a royalty-free um, uh, photo stock repository where you can just select for the type of picture that you want. For instance, I want, let's say, winter, or let's say skiing. All right, so I just want to have that available. There you go. You just click, and then it gives you all sorts of different stock photos that you can use on, let's say, your emails or your blogs or whatever. All right, so you can select the one that you like. So let's say, for instance, I like this one. Select it, and now it's added to my photo library right here. So I can now use this anywhere else. So for example, if I go to news and blogs, and I want to create a news post and put it on my website, if I click on add new, so here, for example, I want to change the picture here, select an image. There it is, that picture that I added to my photo library is now available here for me to choose as a thumbnail image for my news article right here. All right, so hopefully that helps. Now, Miriam, if your system doesn't have the graphics part, that's because your package doesn't include it. So you need to be Business Master or Lead Master in order to have that option, as well as many more options like the Instant CMA and more market reports and stats as well. So if you wish to give it a try, please get in touch with us. You can send an email to service@remarketer.ca, or you can just simply give us a call at 416-871-8772, and we can help you upgrade your package to either Business Master or Lead Master. We can tell you all about the other benefits that come with the package as well, and you can obviously give it a try. All right. Now, the next question is from Cindy. Thank you, Cindy, for the question. So I missed how you got the GPT in website custom. That's easy. I'll show it to you again. So what we do is that we go to the website design at the bottom here, and we select custom pages. So once you select the custom pages, then you can create a new page. Right now, there is a video on how to create pages here, but I'll just quickly demonstrate how you can add some custom content using GPT to your page, right? So for instance, here, I want to have a content. So I click on, I add the text module over to the section here. I click on this gear icon here for editing it. And here I have the help me write button. Look for this help me write button all the, everywhere that you want to create some content. And then you have options. So here I select from the drop down box here, content for landing page. And now I just describe what I want it to write for me. And then it'll write it for me. So hopefully that helped there. By the way, this session is going to be recorded. And obviously, if you want to refer back to anything, if you missed anything, you can certainly go back to the Academy module right here. And it'll be available here in a couple of hours after a session, and you're going to be able to replay it again and see everything that we talked about in the video. All right. Now, from Diana, Diane, sorry. So Diane, for placing on Instagram or others, will the ad have our email and office info? Now, one thing to consider here, but before that, let me show you. If we go to graphics, and let's say I want to generate things here. So you have the option. So you have your your picture here, you have your brokerage information, your phone number, and your website address at the bottom here. And you can choose if you want to include it or not. So these are available with graphics, right? So you can just remove your profile picture, etc., if you don't wish to have that in there. Now, one thing to note is that in your social media, people are already exposed to your picture and your name and your contact information and everything. So the social media platform itself includes that information anyway. So it's cool to have that information available on the picture, especially if somebody shares that post with somebody else. Then it goes outside of your real estate pretty much. You would still carry your information with the picture. But the thing is that you don't have to be too worried about that, because if someone is engaging with you within your social media, they already have access to your contact information. They can just simply message you right there. They can find what your website address is. All of that is already configured within your social media anyway. But that's how you can. It is included there, but again, don't worry about it too much. Just worry about the content mainly. And Bernice, no worries. I'll show that to you again. So the Pixabay is wherever you can add pictures, there's a Pixabay toggle. Go to Photo Library. It's right here. So you can just click on this and it will open the Pixabay media. Search for the content that you want, right? So modern kitchen, and then it gives you suggestions, right? Or let's say, for instance, you are in news and blogs, and you want to add a picture to your news and blogs. Here, for example, select an image. Oops, not here. Where was it? Maybe in yeah, so anywhere else you would have access to these. You would still see a toggle for Pixabay in some instances as well. I don't remember where it was, but anyways, the main place to do this is under your photo library and right here in the corner. Once you add that image over to your library, then you have access to it everywhere, as I just showed you. So it's right here in the corner, Pixabay. All right, so I think that's it. Again, if you have any other questions, if anything else comes to mind, certainly reach out to us. If you have any ideas, if you have any suggestions, we would definitely appreciate that as always. And we would certainly appreciate it if you drop us a note on that. I hope this was informative for you. It's pretty important. AI is going to be the game changer of many industries, and the more you utilize it, and rest assured that we are on it. We want to provide you with as much AI integration into the platform as possible. We've already lined up a whole lot of very exciting stuff that are going to come about in 2024. But what is already available within the platform is super unique. Nobody else has it. So if you start utilizing it, you're going to be the winners out there. I can certainly bet on that. And that's it. So enjoy the rest of your day. Stay safe out there. It is pretty ugly the way the streets are here in Toronto, at least. But enjoy the cool, fresh snow that we're getting today. And I'll see you again next time. Same place, same time. Enjoy. Goodbye.